Eidelweiss Board of Commissioners meeting. It's 9 a.m. I'll call the meeting to order, and the first thing we do is approve the minutes of the 28th.
Oh, the agenda.
Let's do the
The
agenda.
agenda first?
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the agenda.
Second.
Do we have any reason for a non-public session today?
Like to be a legal one,
What?
Want to discuss legal issues?
about the house on Hotwell.
Certainly. It's up to you.
All right, so we'll have a non-public session, and that will be to discuss, would it be 2C?
Or an L for legal.
Right, L for legal, I
Yeah,
guess.
I would say it falls under legal.
Any other modifications to the agenda? With that modification, how do you vote?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 on the agenda. We'll go to the approval of the minutes of the 26th. I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the minutes of the 26th.
Second. I didn't have anything.
Nor I.
Come on.
I just had a couple of things that you might want to clarify. I didn't
Sure.
see any mistakes.
Yep.
Down in section 5, the last bullet is discussing activity at 4 Clears,
Yeah.
and it says there's been overnight parking at this property. Should we say parking on the road?
Yes.
Because that was
okay.
the issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, because that's what we're concerned with.
And that's what they're doing. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it went as far as to say that they're sleeping in the car,
Yeah, I
but
don't.
we don't need
We
to.
don't know.
No, we wouldn't say that.
The fact that it's on the road is our issue.
Yeah.
Right.
And under correspondence,
Mm-hmm.
the second bullet says a home on Little Shore. It says used as a short-term rental. I don't think it's our job to determine that one way or the other.
No,
How do we know?
we don't know.
No, it's just
We're
a
not
job.
looking at any records of transactions and who's actually
Correct.
there.
Right.
So
Correct.
I would strike that.
Okay. Okay.
And the next one, number 10, we had a hearing. I don't know whether you want to say that we didn't get any feedback from the hearing or not. It just says
For the
that we
public
had the
hearing.
hearing and then we voted to approve the change. Then I have one other thing, it says to reflect the commercial vehicle gross weight from 10 to 13. I think that the words tons should be 10
Yes.
tons
Added,
to 13
yes.
tons.
Yes.
Completely. Yeah.
We're not talking about 10 vehicles.
Right.
Right.
That's the only suggestions I had.
Okay. So did you want me to mention anything about no feedback or no other attendance or something? Or are you good with?
Not necessary?
Not necessary.
Yeah.
Leave it the way it
Okay.
is.
Great.
I think if there was feedback, then we would have.
Yeah.
Reported.
Mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Great.
don't want to scold people in the minutes for not coming to our hearing?
No.
Okay.
So with
Motion,
those
yeah.
changes, how do you vote on approving these minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 on the
Okay,
minutes.
great.
And at 9:04, we'll move to the first of two manifests. We have an operations and payroll manifest to the tune of $17,853.85.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yep.
make a motion to discuss and approve that manifest.
Second.
Discussion. So let me bring it up here. So everybody's getting paid in this payroll.
Correct.
We have 3 invoices. One from Albany Service Center. And I looked that over.
The hydraulic line.
Hydraulic
Replacement, yeah.
hydraulic hose
Yep.
cost $548.44.
And as they get older, they'll get more expensive.
Everything's
hose.
more expensive.
Yeah.
And the repairs in the Dodge truck that was over at Mark Motors for close to a month,
Yeah.
the bill for that is $3,624.72. So a 2018 and a 2019, two Ram trucks cost us,
Almost $4,200, somewhere in there.
Yeah, the 2018 really has
Yeah, it was a big one.
quite a bit to it.
and then our portion of the contribution towards two employees' retirement funds this month was
Three,
2,009.
there's three.
Oh, yeah,
employees.
right, three.
Yep,
$2,956.68.
yep.
Any, any questions on this
Yeah,
manifest?
I just have a question, again, education for myself and maybe for anybody listening, is we have two vehicles, one's at Albany Service Center, one's at Mark Motors. Are these repair facilities interchangeable? Do we use one for one reason and another for another? I'm just,
Yes, usually with the Dodges, we've been trying to keep most of the major work through Dodge, the tune-ups and stuff using Dodge parts, cause we've had some issues using aftermarket Napa parts, where they just don't last, the trucks don't perform properly. That's how they were done prior to starting to using the Dodge garages. The International's gonna go through,
so which of those two businesses is authorized Dodge?
Mark
repair
Motors
center?
is a Dodge dealership.
Okay, Dodge dealership and.
And
repair
Albany
center.
Service is, everything
Does
repair
everything.
shop.
Okay, okay.
They've been working on the grader, they've worked on the Volvo backhoe, they've worked on every piece of equipment we've
Yeah.
ever had.
They're just,
that
anything
that-
mechanical or rolling stock they work on?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there are dealerships that seem to advertise that they sell Ram trucks, local.
Correct. Now, my experience with Crest over the past is they've never had a mechanic to work on the bigger stuff. And that's why we switched over to Mark Motors.
see.
And I feel the frustration, with what's going on lately. And all I get is, we're understaffed, we're this, that, and the other, and just like everywhere else you go to nowadays, unfortunately, the incompetence just seems here.
There's no training.
There's, and it's frustrating, very.
No
But,
experience, no training, yeah.
I could reach out to a few other dealers and see what they've got, because again, in the beginning, I liked what I had over there and things were good and this past couple experiences haven't been warm and fuzzy.
Maybe we'll check in on the local dealers, whether they have new.
Yeah, I
help.
could try that again, but
Maybe the mechanic at Mark Motors.
go up to the valley. Yeah, cause there was some good ones over there, but,
Yeah, but everybody gets old and retires.
yeah.
Anything else on this? So we're voting on approving the manifest?
Mm-hmm.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0 on that manifest. Now I'll make a motion to discuss and approve a water system manifest for $2,674.80.
Second.
Discussion. See what that one looks like.
Caustic soda.
Yep.
So we bought sodium hydroxide for $2,674.80.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing that's on this manifest.
Yep.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0.
Thank you.
And at 9:09, we'll move to the DPW report. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Catch anything?
Yes, quite a few fish, and a very good time, thanks.
Great.
Well, good morning, and I handed the receipts in for some gravel there that we got laid down on Appinvale. And we're giving that a final grade out now, because what we did was we laid the gravel out, and I know it looks smooth, and we rolled it, and we watered it and all that, but now we're giving it a final grade, shaping it right up into the shape we want it. Heading into winter, we're gonna roll it and lay some calcium down there and put that to bed, you know, and get that one behind us now, so, finishing touches are going on that right now. We did also purchase some gravel here and there, that the slips are all marked, on some repairs from that flash rain we had last week, before the weekend, so we did a little bit of that, which they're all marked down, and you'll see that. The guys have been staying busy the last couple days, you know, filling some potholes here and there, doing some water turnouts, and just again, getting things ready for what's coming. We all know Mother Nature's gonna switch gears here on us pretty soon. So that's what we're at, and that's what we're doing, and, I know I did get something on, widening the entrance of Gretchen. What that is we don't widen the roads or things. What happens is, over time, since that road hasn't been ditched in quite a while, is that the, you know, Mother Nature, you know, we plow off, things get pushed off into the ditch of the road, the shoulder of the road, and it kinda, Mother Nature encroaches onto the road. So all we did was cut it back. So it does appear that we, you know, make the road wider, but in a sense, that's not what's happening. We're just recreating the road
Right, he's talking about an inquiry that came into the office
through an email.
regarding this, and just to give a feedback of what was said to me was that every year it seems to be encroaching more and more and more.
So that's they were concerned about the corner of Eidelweiss and Gretchen?
Yes,
Correct.
and also mentions that people are not, I shouldn't say, some people are still not abiding by the speed limits. And when they take that corner off of Eidelweiss into Gretchen, it's like they're in a road race or something. She's very concerned that something's gonna be taken out, something's gonna happen, and she's wondering and inquiring that since the road, I mean, it looks beautiful, but people are taking advantage of it because they're like whipping around that corner, and
The better we make the roads, the faster people drive on them.
well, that's what I mean.
And unfortunately, that's what, you know, and you can see that does happen there because of the potholes. When they punch it, they spin the tires, and that creates the potholes.
Yeah,
And it's always potholed up over there.
Well, again, here's a good education point, is I heard several people talk when Jeff's crew was working on Appinville Way. They were saying, why are they widening the roads? We had to tell them, you've told them, we're not widening the roads, we're ditching. And the
Right.
ditches are part of our
Yeah.
roads, and we're clearing them for proper drainage. But now that you've laid down the gravel and starting to lay it out, you can see the drivable portion as a road that people
Right.
expect it to be. So
Correct.
we just need to let people know that we're not widening the roads, we're just reclaiming the ditches.
yeah, it
drainage.
appears to them that it's widening, and she believes that it's encroaching more and more. I mean, like, around that corner goes right by, like, she's got that fence up.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, you know, she's like, they're right at the fence now.
Since I've been here, there are wide intersections in the district.
Well,
There's
yeah.
a lot of them, you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
and when
she
you
says
don't
that
notice
this
them
year
or realize
it's
them,
become-
but when you have to plow those intersections, you're there for a while.
So
They're
when you
very
plow
wide.
up off of Eidelweiss, where is that snow going? Like, are you piling it somewhere?
Well, a lot of it gets carried down the road, but yes, it goes up, you know, try to get it off the road as best you can, and it goes off into those corners. And then you
Okay.
gotta knock the corners down because you wanna keep the visibility,
Right.
the line of sight.
So is it piled up by where her fence is?
No, I mean, it gets piled up there because it comes down Eidelweiss
Yeah,
Drive, you
I kinda
take that
figured.
right, when you're winging, you go right, you take a lot of
Yeah.
rights. And, you know, so we're very conscious of the fence and not to try to do
Yeah.
anything to the fence when we're high winging and, you know, all that comes into consideration.
Right.
One thing you should know, Jennifer,
Do our
is
best.
the village owns the roads, which is unusual.
Well, yeah.
With their deed, we
Right.
bought them from the developer. And the deed in the tax map show that these are all approximately 40 feet wide. And the travel surface that we put the gravel down on is usually 20 to 22 feet wide.
Right?
Sitting in a road bed that's 40 feet.
Yeah.
So if nature has the weeds that make up their property drift into the 40 feet that we own, that doesn't mean we've given up our 40-foot roads. So we're capable of having wide roads with huge ditches, and we don't do that.
True.
So when we go to a road that hasn't been cared for, like Jeff is saying, with enough time, then nature makes it look like the road is 20
Smaller.
feet wide total.
Correct. Yeah.
And we're just putting the ditches in, which we have 10 feet on upwards of 10 feet on either side. So if we actually made the roads 40 feet wide, people would be shocked
Right.
at the way the village looks. So
yeah, I
Appledale
think 'cause
Way
she's on the
kinda,
corner. and-
Appledale Way is kinda showing
What's
what all the roads could look like.
Yeah.
correct.
By the way, Lisa Menard, who lives on Appledale Way, sent me a text this morning saying she's thrilled with the work. She says, tell the DPW that they're crushing it. And that's a term that Nancy Cole is not too familiar with.
I'm
Well,
like,
that's
that's
comforting.
younger people that
That's
say
a
that.
generation.
Right. You know, and again, the road,
Yeah.
you know, it's got your crown, it starts at the crown, which is
Yeah.
the center of the road. You got your traveled way,
Right.
you have your shoulder, and then you have your ditch. So, I mean,
Right.
and that's just what we did.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. and
Right. I think
continuing to do.
it's a combination of
Right.
the entrance being there and
But before we lay the gravel down, Gretchen has the appearance of all one thing. You know, when you look at Appledale Way right now, you see where the gravel ends and
Eh,
where the shoulder starts and where the
right.
ditch starts, you
Yeah.
know, and you kind of
Yeah.
see all that into it
Yeah.
now. That you could visualize the road in its entirety.
So it looks like you worked on the higher corner. If you're talking about the property that has the rail fence,
yeah.
on the other side, it looks like you improved the drainage coming around
Correct.
the corner off Eidelweiss
We did.
Drive. And what looks odd is that the sign looks like it's back in its original place. I don't know how you cut that without taking the sign out and then
Oh,
putting
we're
it back.
slick.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sign,
But
tiny
it does
machines
look
that we
like
don't
the
know about.
signs
The backhoe.
Yeah, it looks like the sign is like
in the road.
in the
in,
middle of the road,
yeah.
yeah, it does kinda look that
Yeah.
way, but.
So,
And they may
so
be
I
upset
can
if
see
they
the visual
moved
of
on
like,
to what
yeah.
they think is their property.
Right,
Right.
Maybe we have to take a measurement of what the mouth of that whole road looks like and see if it's close to 40 feet,
Oof.
which would be exactly what
Within
it is that
yeah.
we own
Well,
as a village. The whole
Yeah.
village owns it.
depend on where you take that measure. I
Well,
bet that's
true.
a lot wider.
Yeah,
Yeah, where it begins to curve, I would think.
Yeah.
But we have other things more important to do, I think.
But yeah. So that's like I said. That's where we're at.
yep,
And
We haven't seen the Coleman invoices for the gravel.
that's what I was talking about.
I thought you got the
he
driver's
has,
slips.
he's got the slip.
Right, I don't know if they've come from the office. I got the slips that they give us. It's got all the amounts of gravel and everything else. I just handed those to Jen this morning. So there's a big stack of them, all from Appledale, that are all marked. You know, Willie's turns, my turns, and then there's a few other slips that I just handed in from miscellaneous stuff that we
I think
that
I'll
are all
wait.
marked.
I'll wait for the Coleman
The
actual
actual
invoice.
invoice and
Yes.
on the
I think they're
manifest.
cleaner to read. Those are multi-part forms. that
Yeah.
you
They
get,
are.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you said there's still more gravel to go down in Appledale Way?
No.
Okay,
You
so,
just-
do you know offhand how much total we used, or is you were estimating, as I recall,
A quick count on
1,150
mine,
tons?
my part, we were a little under that 1,100. It was about 800, I believe.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the bill will be less than what we estimated when we
Yes.
did the, okay, good.
Yeah.
And so after this finished grade that he's doing, this is gonna get doused with the calcium chloride?
We're gonna roll it in calcium. Yep.
So I think the focus shifts now towards getting as much gravel down so it packs before you bring your plows over it for the first time.
Correct, and like I said, that's what we're gonna start working on now, is those troubled spots. There's still gonna be some spot ditching before we wanna lay the gravel over that, where we know all last winter where water ran out into the road on us at spots. Upper Lakeview's got one, West Bergamo's got a couple,
Yeah.
there's some spots, like I
Yeah.
say, where water, Gretchen was a big one. There was a few spots on Gretchen
Really?
where water would just sit in the road because it's not ditched over in those areas.
Right,
So that's what we're focusing on right now, exactly.
okay. And you have gravel left over to use?
We have a little, we're probably
Okay.
gonna need some still,
Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
you need to buy
we'll
some.
truck it as we need it, you know,
'Cause-
and I'll mark each road where we put it, you know, like those other slips have on there.
Yep.
So what's the plan for this week, since I know you, were not able to get out that report?
Right, yeah, I didn't really put something together. We're gonna do this today, and tomorrow, I know Tony's gonna be off, I believe, and, you know, Yuri and I'll come up with something. I gotta kind of wrap my head around that this
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah. Today, for
I'm
sure.
still in lake trout mode.
Yep,
I don't know if you have the same list, you probably do, of roads that really need attention.
Yeah,
I can go over that with you on another day. But there's enough time, we can get
Yeah.
gravel down,
Yeah.
right,
put the calcium to it and really pack it before
Yeah.
the plows come out.
yeah. Yeah, like I said, that's what we did at the end of last week when after that little flash rain hit us. I had a little time at the end of the day, so I took a quick ride around while the guys were tidying up, and I noticed some spots where the rain had washed out, so then we hit it hard that Friday and cleaned those areas up before the holiday weekend.
Okay. I know that Appinville Way is almost complete when you do the rolling
Yeah.
and the calcium chloride. And then, of course, they're gonna go around to back to regular maintenance to prep the roads for the winter. But we also had a plan, part of the FEMA remediation. What was the next two ones, West Bergamo and Hotwell? Do we have any chance of even tackling those before the weather starts turning south?
Well,
this year?
again, like Mark just said, as far as doing a full-on, like we just did with Appinville, not gonna probably happen.
No.
Okay,
We're
that's
gonna
right.
get the spots. We got the hill last week, put some calcium down, rolled that up, firmed up. And there's a couple other spots getting down by that newer A-frame, you know what I mean? We dug some culverts out. Yeah, the guys had dug some culverts yesterday and Tuesday while I was off. And there was, you know, a few things like that, like I said, that we're gonna continue to keep working and laying some gravel. Like I said, West Bergamo, the trouble spots, we'll get that laid out, rolled out, calciumed. Upper Lakeview, and, you know, again, I'll look back over the list, but
Okay.
Part of my commissioner's report would be to say that I've been contacting companies that have excavators with what's commonly called the hammers to break ledge.
yeah,
The industry evidently calls them breakers, as
Yeah.
in rock breakers,
Okay.
but everybody around here calls them hammers.
hammers.
So we originally had contacted, or knew that Ossipee has a,
There was a place in Ospey,
yeah, Pine River.
Yes,
And I've been in contact with them to try to schedule it. We had decided we wanted to do it in October when the old asphalt stiffens up in the cold,
yeah,
but before it snows. So the track machine can drive over the ground, over the pavement to get up to the S-turn, and
right,
I think you might even want it further down onto.
yeah, getting onto presidential and stuff, yep,
So, the guy who schedules the rental of their excavator with the hammer breaker on it and an operator has yet to get back to me. He's been busy, according to the woman that I'm talking
I was
to.
gonna say, there was a woman in the office I talked to,
She says I need to talk to Gary, and
okay,
if I call him, he might be in a situation where he can't hear what I'm saying because the machinery around him is so
pounding
loud.
rocks.
Right,
this
so,
is for ledge, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
This is
ledge
for
removal.
October, this is
I did
Try
come
to-
up with that list the other day, so I still have that handy, which
good.
make it easier to spot now without the snow.
In the meantime, I found out that Burke Quarry, Jeff Burke, would bring a operator and his
Oh, great,
breaker over.
Yeah, huh?
He's fearful that the treads that he has on his machine, which are for his quarry,
Yeah.
aren't the best to put on asphalt. When I told him that we wanted to do it in October,
right,
he said, in that cases, we usually lay plywood down.
As you go.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's
So
a
I
rough
thought-
job,
I thought, yeah, at $325 an hour,
Yeah.
right,
moving plywood from behind out
Yeah.
front of an excavator to get it,
oh, it's time
the
consuming.
distances that we
That's
have to go on.
time-consuming.
Right.
Just to get
So-
up there.
It's $1,000 to round trip mobilize the machine
Wow.
from his quarry, and $325 an hour. And I think we had prices that were lower than that at Ossipee.
That Pine River one was the best price that I had gotten, cause I
Yeah.
had spoken to Coleman's as well, and I remember that price being,
Yeah.
Now, the woman at Pine River mentioned that he may have trouble with the operator being able to come with the machine at that time. It wouldn't be machine scheduling, it'd be the operator scheduling. And I thought, we have at least two guys that would probably love to operate operate their machine.
I don't know, would they allow
So-
that?
So I'm saying that to you so you can run it by them to say, if it was a situation where Ossipee would mobilize their machine up here, but the deal was that we're operating it.
Yeah,
And I don't know if they're
we
concerned
like to
about-
play with toys.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think that's what we figured.
Yeah, we don't want you to break the breaker.
No, no,
Tony and
nobody
Jim-
wants to break anything.
Tony and Yuri have both operated
Big.
excavators.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if either one of them has had a
I've never used a
hammer breaker
but-
on instead of a
Probably
bucket.
not.
Right,
So run that by them, see
Yeah.
if they'd be game for that, if that situation comes up.
right,
Bernie Quint has a number of excavators. He doesn't own a breaker.
right.
When he needs one, he rents one.
Yes.
So I thought, here we are trying to find somebody that
Can do
has the complete machine and operator, and we could talk to all of our
Yeah,
locals that we use to see, like if Stuart would put
yeah,
put a hammer on. I don't know if he can put one on there and run the risk of damaging that $60,000 wrist that he has on his.
yeah, I don't know how
Only
that
he could
works.
answer that.
Right, right, I
He
don't
just-
know, I mean, I think that's an attachment that gets taken off, and this is an attachment that goes on. and it
Correct.
shouldn't be an issue, but again, I'm no expert
Yeah,
on making that decision.
So I'll that's an option I didn't know about that I can work on in the next few weeks and still have time to do all our planning on
Right,
the order that we do it, how the path is.
right,
Probably get the machine to at least West Bergamo and have it walk up Old Town Road
right, to go
down.
up that way.
Cause there is a place on Upper Lakeview I think you wanna hammer.
Oh, absolutely, West
then-
Bergamo's got a spot right there, right, Blendon, and even before that, just right into the hill, I think there's a spot we could blast out just before Sway's.
So I'll get a map we can draw on of Eidelweiss, we'll list out the sites and
Right.
then plan the path and have it
Yeah.
all worked
Yeah,
out.
I'll start working with you at that.
I sent you a message while you were out deep in the deep sea that we gave Warren Klein the job
Yes.
of putting the snow guards up.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I did get through to Eversource yesterday to have them come out and put safety sleeves and caps on where the power comes into the building, which is right in front of the sign.
Yeah.
And I sent you guys pictures
Right, I saw, yeah.
to have you see if there's a better place to put it back up after it's refurbed.
I don't think it needs to be that high. toward the-
It could at least move a couple of feet down.
Yeah.
But it could, while we're doing it, you could decide that you wanted, the building's not symmetrical because one garage door is bigger than the other one. So it went up at the peak, right in the middle. But it could come down and follow the area between the two doors. So you have plenty of time to think about it because it's gonna be a couple of
Wow.
months before the lady gets to refurbish it the way she wants and then
Yeah.
goes back up.
Right.
My first impression, just looking at the pictures, let's definitely move it down.
Down.
It could still
has
be,
it been taken down yet,
No.
or?
No.
No, he's, hopefully he's rescheduled himself to wait for Eversource, who's not gonna come out before the 10th, their best estimate.
Oh, he can't take it down prior to that?
Well,
The
the
idea is we don't want
safety.
them up there with a ladder until it's all safety proof that,
Oh, gotcha.
I talked to my buddy, even though it's all, shielded power cables.
Yeah,
He says the squirrels can eat at that insulation and you can get up there and find out that, the piece that is actually touching you doesn't have the insulation on it. So he said,
Right,
without a doubt, get
Jeez.
Get
that
the
done
guards
before
on
you
there.
get near any of that stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know if his ladder's fiberglass or metal,
I
right.
don't know.
so we don't wanna ask him to do it until it's safe.
We don't wanna, we don't wanna take
Take
that chance.
And that's all of the report that I would give that
Yeah,
That's
applies to.
potent- You're here for Grissom? Okay, so there has been an inquiry about the Grissom culvert, and, we have someone here that would like to speak to that, and I think Jeff would probably be beneficial to talk about it as well.
You remember
So an
getting,
inquiry came in,
yes, I
Yeah.
read that,
Yeah.
yes.
I think what, you made an assumption that we should straighten out for you is that culvert is not clogged.
yeah, it's totally cleaned out.
Water does go through it. The problem with that culvert is that in 1962 or 64, when that was put in, was done at a time where the standards for the size of culverts does not meet what the federal government now identifies as worst storm situations. In other words, that culvert was put in, it was too small. That's one thing that's wrong with it. The second thing that's wrong with it is, because was put in the 60s, it's over 60 years old, and it's metal, and the top of it rotted out, causing a sinkhole in the middle of the road.
Right.
That pile of wood chips that you see is to keep people from going near an open hole. You just can't physically go near it. And that road needs to have an extensive rebuild, which we're trying to get a design approved by the state to have a metal arch culvert, which would be more like a bridge as opposed to a culvert hole. And FEMA has advanced us over $41,000 to do the engineering design and get it approved by the state, which our plan is to have the engineer submit a design this winter for the state to approve, and then we would begin to see if we could finance the metal arch culvert and hope that FEMA pays for part of that. They said that they may pay for the excavation of the gravel, of the earth to get that culvert out of there, and then to put the metal arch culvert in, and then to put the material back. But they won't do anything as far as improving. They'll only bring it back to the pre-storm condition, which is not acceptable by the state at all. How's that for a story?
Yeah, just crazy.
So in the early summer, at the beginning of June, I think, or sometime in June, when we had rain almost every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I had sent an email because on the odd-numbered side of Grissom Road, I guess upstream from the culvert, there was a ginormous pond of water that was getting higher and higher, which is when I noticed that it must be clogged, or something must be blocking the water from going through. And then you responded and created the swale, which is there's like a black tarp landscape fabric over the top for overflow. And of course now we're in a drought. So was it at the time when the pond was being created, right on the upstream side, was that because the culvert was clogged or blocked?
Might have been at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the old metal pipe, like as Mark mentioned, is rotted at the top, it's rotted at the bottom. And during the floods there in 2023, a log came in and jammed in there, and it folded up the bottom ends of that pipe as well. So that pipe isn't a nice clear rounded pipe, so things gag it up. And it's never, I think, been fully clogged up, but it definitely gets pretty gagged up with leaves and debris, which slows the flow down, and that's what creates the pond during some heavy rain, the ponding that you've seen. So we try to manage our best to get it to flow as best as we can, getting down there as accessible as we can. Like I say, now we can get down there and access it, and we've taken a few looks, and we've bounced the ideas of trying to cut those flaps off. We've tried bending them back so things don't gag it up as much as it does. So that's maybe a solution to try to keep it flowing better.
How big is it?
The
culvert
pipe,
that exists now, the one that's out of code because it's from the 1960s.
I believe it was a 4 foot, they necked down to a 3 foot, something along those lines.
And so when I go down my hill to go to the stream, and I see that there's water flowing not from the culvert, is what it looks like, not from the culvert spot, but from some other, I don't know, stream or like entryway that's closer to my house, but coming from under the road, not on the tarp that you guys put down. I worry about if the water's not coming where it wants to go because it's blocked or something, it can't go that way, it's finding another route downstream and going under the road. Does that compromise the integrity of the road even before the swale?
The water goes through the pipe.
I mean, we can
That's
take
where
a
the
walk on my property
Yeah.
if you
Dream
want and
is.
see. I could send a video or something so that you guys can.
She's
get-
saying
get
there's a
look
new
at it.
water flow that wasn't there prior, like,
It's, right, it's small,
Yes.
but there's a new, it's finding a new way.
yeah. And she's concerned that that's just gonna get worse.
We
Yeah.
need to look at that to see.
I'd have
Yeah.
to take a walk around and
That
take
could
a
be the
better
water
I'm
look.
happy to have you over.
Yeah.
And I
um,
thought that too.
You know, again, I don't walk on people's properties usually, you know,
Not with
water
that
comes down from the entrance of the stream across the street from your home and, you know, into that pipe and like you say, goes down. So if water's taking a different route, not going through that pipe,
Right,
it's somehow creating a new channel somewhere else. I mean, that's not something I'm aware of.
Well,
Well,
Mark,
we
Mark
need
just
to
made,
see if she could be describing something that the water main is doing.
right.
Right,
Coming
it
out
could be
the side of the
something
hill
from
and
the
showing it.
water line itself.
So
the
we'll come
water-
out and look at that.
Right,
Okay, like today, or like, do you wanna let me know, just so I can be home, so I can show you what I'm talking about? I'd like to be there.
I mean, I get that road gravelled and done in a couple hours, I mean, I could go take a look.
Okay,
No, I
I'll be
mean-
home until school ends.
Okay,
Secondly, if I can, I just wanna say thank you for the dead end road signs, on Grissom. It didn't, I must say, help that much. I don't think they were that, obvious, especially to people who, were just kind of, people who used to fly down
Mhm.
Grissom Road as a shortcut to their vacation homes. The traffic situation with people turning around in my driveway has gotten better. Unfortunately, not because of the signs, I don't think, but because Apple Maps has now updated Grissom Road as a dead end road. Probably enough people found out it's a
Wow.
dead end road and then click a button on their phone that say this is wrong. So, if you look on Apple Maps, you'll see that Grissom Road now is a dead end.
Shows dead ends. Wow. Interesting.
That's all I got.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so did you want Jeff to take a look at that with her first and kind of report
think
back,
you-
or?
You're saying that when you finish up
yeah,
gravel on the road he's working on, he'll come over
yeah, when we
Okay.
finish
Alrighty.
Acton, I'll take a ride by and we'll take a walk around over there.
in a couple
Thanks.
So if you
hours.
see me and maybe another guy walking around,
Yeah,
just
Totally.
us.
And if you-
A couple of
you know,
green
feel free to
shirts.
knock on my door,
Yeah.
the greenhouse there, so,
Yeah,
you can knock and I'll come out if I don't see you.
Shoot me a text if I'm around this afternoon. I do have something.
okay,
I have to leave about 2, but if it's before that,
okay,
I might swing by.
take a walk. Okay, and then
nice.
if we're gonna get off that subject real quick, I did, what I was gonna do is, talking about the big truck, I'm gonna reach out to Mike, I believe is what I heard, the salesman over there at HP Fairfield, about the international, you know what I mean, that type of thing, and reach out, see what kind of trucks they have, any availability, and get a conversation moving on that.
Okay.
Is that in
I would-
pursuit of the grant?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like a, you know, I don't wanna interrupt your work schedule whatsoever, but get like a 15-20 minute ride around in the existing international.
Yeah.
And look over all the specs, cause I'm starting to fill out
Oh,
the paperwork.
yeah.
Cause we have to tell them exactly
Thank
what
you.
we have,
Thank you.
Yeah,
okay?
okay,
But you're right, everything I know so far, it meets the eligibility criteria,
right,
okay?
Yeah.
But then, you know, you guys did suggest that, maybe all of us should take a ride to the dealership and, really take a look what they have. We're all gonna need to understand what the costs.
exactly, and that's why I thought if
And
I
if
could
it-
just reach
if-
out to him for preliminary conversation.
Nancy and Mark can't,
Get the
but
ball
one of you
rolling.
can spare some time. I'm glad to make the drive to Concord, just take a look at it as part of my research.
Yeah,
Cause my goal is to get it's not, they accept them on a rolling basis and review them after the last day or like the 30th of each month. It's not gonna happen September, but my goal is to get this paperwork in for October.
right,
So if they keep coming back and saying we need more, we
We
can
have
keep,
time.
We have
we got
time.
time until
Gotcha.
the final date, which is March 31st of next year.
yeah, okay. So
Beautiful.
is that, like, do we need information, you talking like the wing, the plow, the sander, or just the truck itself?
Just the truck
Just the
itself.
truck.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's all that's included.
Yeah.
right, I mean, when we purchase a
Unfortunately.
truck, we're gonna get all those things as well, cause this stuff's
That,
not, this stuff's not going on a new truck.
right.
I'd love to think it could, but this stuff's,
Yeah.
Why? Because
ready to
it's
fall
older?
apart. Oh,
Because
it's just coming unglued.
No, this program doesn't include all the nice
No.
accessories
Right,
and toys
no, I
and
just,
attached to
so
the
for the
truck. It's
paperwork
just the
you're
truck
interested
itself,
in, it's
yes.
only about the truck.
Yes.
Cause I was, I'd have to get information on all that other stuff, so, okay,
True.
that's perfect.
All right, so, if you got time tomorrow, that'd be great.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, we'll make some time for that,
Okay.
yeah,
All right,
give you a
it
little,
could be toward the end of the workday, that's fine.
yeah, whatever, we'll
Yeah.
give a little tool around, I'll touch base with you. But I'll let you know when I'm gonna head over there.
Okay, no promises this afternoon, but if it's
Right.
early enough, I could scoot over,
Yeah,
Nice.
but that's all I got.
okay?
Any other questions?
No?
Great.
Good to
thank
see you back.
Thank you. I think it's nice to be back, but it was pretty fun.
Well, yeah,
There was some,
Where did you go trout fishing?
it was,
Lake
it was
Ontario.
still worth
Oh.
it.
I didn't, I not followed Tony out there, but I went a week after him, but yeah, they are that big.
That's
Well,
amazing.
you got salmon, you got trout?
Yeah, we caught a couple salmon, but the salmon didn't want to bite.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were getting lake trout.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
they-
don't think I've ever seen
Biggest
one that
fish
big.
I've ever caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Seems
pretty
weird.
sweet.
Our pond trout are maybe a
Yeah,
foot
if that.
at most.
Winnipesaukee,
you
we're
never
only
see them
catching
till
them
what?
like
I
this,
know.
you know? I mean, these were nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
I guess the bigger the lake, the bigger the fish.
Oh, it's
yeah.
big, yeah. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
Thank
Jeff.
you. Thanks, Jeff.
So at 9:41, we'll move to commissioners' reports. I copied you in the office on my correspondence with Jason Dennis,
Yep.
the attorney in Freiburg, about the Carroll County agreement.
Yes.
Sent him a copy of the 2007 agreement and the letter that we sent to Carroll County saying what the vote was at the annual meeting and
Yes.
that we had a tour of our facility that is being used by Carroll County next week.
Yep.
And it's in the afternoon.
After the meeting.
At 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yep. 2:00 next Tuesday.
So that gives Jason some time to read the agreement, and I offered to do a video meeting where the three of us can talk with him about this. If not, he's not that far away. If he needed to drive over, if he wanted to show him the summit scenic view and
Right.
the tower itself. So
Some
anyway,
coffee.
we'll get that underway. I've been working on getting the Aspen Bergdorf proposals in from the two contractors we selected. I think I'm gonna need until next Tuesday to straighten out the second one. It's just a matter of the versions of pages of the 5-6 page agreement. So I'll straighten that out and we will review those and choose one and vote and sign it next Tuesday is my plan.
Okay.
So we're close. Just a matter of the paperwork. Muddy Beach, yesterday I was doing a lot of running around. You saw the engineer wanted pictures of the concrete floor of Muddy Beach.
Yeah.
So I took pictures and then I ran him through a paid program to put measurements down so that he could figure out, because you can't take a picture of that from one view and see the whole floor.
No.
Yeah, you need a very wide angle lens to do
So
that.
I took it from two angles and gave him enough where he can piece together what the room really looks like, and he has all the measurements. So that's done. I mentioned Lisa and I mentioned the hammer. I guess, are we gonna we're gonna discuss the audit and sign that's down in the correspondence? The 2024 audit?
Yeah, there's an on a test service draft that you sign,
Okay.
given approval of the draft.
I sent an
And
email to the office that showed what the 2024
yes, yep,
audited year-end 2024 unassigned fund balance of 341, 359.
Yep.
It was pretty good.
Mm.
And with our policy, we want 50% of an $119,999 operating budget, which was last year's budget. So we want the unassigned fund balance to be 409, so we have a little way to go.
Close.
We're on our way, we're gonna get there. And we won't need to do TAN loans, and we'll have money in case of unexpected catastrophes. And that's all I have for this week.
Okay, covered most with Jeff. I'm beginning to get into the deep end of the pool, although I've only waded into the shower so far, I should say. Of getting together the RFP for the green thing, so.
Yeah.
But I'm starting that in earnest. This is somewhat secondhand news, but there was a meeting a couple weeks ago by the Big P Porridge Pond Preservation Association across, which we've been providing information to regarding the work we've done on our roads, that they can then report to whatever authorities as part of the monies they're getting to try and
For their grant.
do the work
yeah.
they're doing,
Yeah.
to try and mitigate silt and stuff coming down, mainly from the
Yes.
rock house. But someone at that meeting, I assume it was that Russ guy, made a mention that there's a different type of material other than sand that could be laid down on the roads that creates less silt and sediment that can run into the pond. And then he said, but of course it's more expensive. And my reaction was, when I heard this, was, okay, sounds great, but if they come and propose that idea to us, I guess my standard answer would be, well, what communities are using it, and can we see, empirical proof that it really is better than sand?
It is better.
It is better. So you know about this aggregate type material, or
We've used it.
we have, but we don't use it because it's more expensive.
Not readily available, it's more expensive. And one of the things that we found out is that it's not that visible. And that's just a human thing, is that people like to see the roads brown to see that they're covered with sand. So back then, when we used to buy this stuff, because it's gray, it's stone flakes.
Okay.
It's a coarse.
So this is not a new product. It's been
Is
No.
it granite? Is it like a
Yes,
type
it's
of
stone.
granite?
It's
Yeah.
stone chips that are very small.
Right.
And so they're very gritty, they're sharp little
Yeah.
buggers. But you don't see them when they're down in the snow and the slush. So people complain that we stopped sanding the roads. And we're using more expensive stuff that's higher performance. And they're complaining to us only because they can't see it. So
I
we
see.
started mixing regular sand with it just to give the appearance of the road being sanded. So that's just a little unexpected consequence of using a material like that, is that people don't trust it unless they can see it. And
Okay, well, let me bring that up because there was some suggestion that that this suggestion be brought to the commissioners, and hasn't happened yet, but it might in the future. So
now, Lindsay brought this up with me because I think she went to that meeting.
Oh,
yes, Lindsay was there.
And I was pointing out to her that the ponds are dying. They're gonna fill. And the real solution is to dredge them. And if you wanna talk about money
Yeah.
and permitting, like, that's what's happening. I mean, Silver Lake is down, Peapard's Pond is down. It was being pointed out to me 2 days ago that there's grass showing in the middle of Silver Lake that you don't usually see.
wow.
And there's boats getting stuck because they're not familiar with the water being down there.
Yeah, I was out there not too long ago. I saw that. Yeah.
So, Peapard's Pond is getting sand delivered to it through the brooks that flow down.
Right.
And we know where all the brooks are because part of the VLAP program is in the spring before the snow completely melts, but when the water's running, when the melt starts. There used to be a group of volunteers that I joined one year that went around to every point that Big Peapard, that all the ponds had streams flowing down. And they took water samples of the stream flow and bottled that up and sent it to Concord to be tested. So I kind of know where there are these sandbars that come out where the brooks flow, particularly on Big P at Muddy Beach.
Muddy Beach, yeah.
We used to bring
Yes.
in August, we used to bring lawn chairs out and sit in the pond because the water was down in August and the sand is up high. It was fun. So us, the VDOE using this material on our roads wouldn't put a dent
Yeah,
in what comes into those ponds, from my knowledge. Like Old Town Road is paved, newly paved, but the bottom part from Eidelweiss Drive down to Brenner is gravel, and that's a straight shot right to the pond. And there was a guy that owned property right at the bottom of that hill that said that he was going to let the town build catch lagoons where the water would come in, slow down, have a chance to drop its sand before it flowed out. I don't know whether that ever happened, but there are other areas that they could really make an investment in to have a bigger impact on slowing down the filling of Big Parge Pond, which I think would have to happen for us to start to change our budgets on buying abrasive material to go down in the winter,
Okay,
sand
Yeah,
and this
right.
stuff. If you
good to
can follow
know.
that.
All right, so you got the background, but now
So
we know.
we're familiar with this product.
I
Okay,
see.
The other benefit of that product is when the snow's all melted and that stuff goes down to the surface of the road, it's really good stuff to have on the surface of the road.
Cause it like hardens.
Yes, it packs
packs
Yeah.
and helps with the
that
gravel
with
and
calcium
all
chloride. The sand kind of replenishes the fines that wash out of the gravel that we buy.
Right.
You know, the road becomes coarser and the fines are all in the ditches. You see
Right.
that it's really smooth stuff that's in the ditches. Well, this stuff doesn't flow as easy as the fines out of gravel or the sand that we put down all winter. So that's just another benefit, is that the residual left on the surface of the road is better than sand.
that. Okay,
So
that's all I have.
Okay, pretty much everything that I have is under signature items. The one other thing I have is, oh no, actually, we have the audit. So we'll get to that on correspondence, so,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much I'm already covered on other parts of the agenda.
All right. Good.
okay, so now at 9:52, we look to see if there's scheduled appearances, of which
Well,
there's
we
water-
want to talk
water-
about
the
Lugano.
water,
Yeah.
skip number 6, the water Lugano leak fix.
Did they ever shut down the water yesterday? I didn't notice it.
I had left the house before any shut off was gonna happen, and I think I was gone. I was back, as I drove back to my house at 2:45, Simply Water Caravan was leaving the Lugano area on Eidelweiss Drive, including the little mini excavator, so they were done
Okay,
by the time I got back to my house. So no, I didn't notice the water being off.
I didn't notice it at all. And I
You
was-
didn't get any calls from anybody?
No, only calls to say, is it going off? Cause I'm waiting, cause I wanna do laundry.
Well, it's best to just wait,
Yes.
in that situation,
Correct.
because you don't want it to stop in the middle.
Yeah.
What we really don't want is people getting caught in the middle of a shower and having the water shut
Well,
off.
that's,
what we,
yeah.
so if we are given notice that it's happening, we get it out, but we don't always get
Right.
notice in
That brings
time.
up another inquiry, is they're wondering why, they got the inquiry to me, they got it in plenty of time. It was sent early afternoon time prior to the, when we were telling them when it would go off, if it was gonna go off, but, some people think that we should give them more time to let them know this.
If it's scheduled, we try to make sure we give it out about a week in advance.
Right,
But some of this stuff, schedules can change. This leak got bigger, so
Yeah.
therefore it was originally being scheduled for later,
correct,
and now it had to happen.
okay,
Cause he was looking at it before and said that he could hold
yeah,
until after
right,
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Labor
And
Day,
it came out
but we
good.
didn't have the specific date until
the day prior.
Tuesday, and then it happened Wednesday.
Right,
So when it is scheduled, we do try to give it a week in advance.
Yeah,
For flushing and that
I
type of stuff,
Yeah.
we try to give it a
I
week.
in advance
we-
notice.
Yeah.
I said we try. But most of the time, it's a day or two,
yeah,
you know?
right,
And
It's very rare I've seen 2 days notice. It's usually with days notice,
Yeah,
yeah,
at best, if we get a notice.
yeah. Yeah,
Let's leave- let's
sometimes
leave it
we
at
don't,
that.
we don't know
well,
until
that's
it happens.
emergencies, yeah.
Right, and in an emergency, obviously, it's,
It
There's no notice.
we're getting calls.
Yeah,
And that's where we realize something's happening.
correct,
And then we send out, yeah, okay, there's a break and we're working on it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But yeah, we give as much notice as we can.
as we can, yeah,
Okay, so that was the
That was
Ghana
water.
water fix.
Yep.
So there's cones and the pavement has been removed for them to do the fix, and they did a pretty good job of putting gravel down and smoothing it out. We'll have to see when it is we can restore the pavement. I guess we need to review all of Lugano, because there's other areas that they're concerned about the plows having a hard time with the rough pavement that's there because of the rocks that are being pushed up.
oh, I see,
That road has signs of the cracking that make it look like there are enormous rocks getting pushed up. And to fix that would really require ripping into that road with an excavator to lift these big rocks out and get them out of there, and that's not happening.
Yeah, that's a full rebuild and we're not in
That
a
needs to be
position to
planned,
do
and
that.
that needs to be a
Yeah.
warrant article, and that road needs to get patched up to make it better.
but would you do a temporary patch in that area?
That's what I'm saying, is we
Okay.
have to do that
Yeah.
because we need a expensive rebuild of that road. Otherwise, we'll invest in it and the rocks will push up and
I know,
it'll keep
doing it again,
getting bad. Okay, so we move on to public appearances, which is none.
nope,
So at 9:57, we'll go to the administrator's report. And we start with reviewing the proposal we had from Klein Property Services. I gave Warren the go-ahead to remove the sign from the front of the garage, which I already told you that Eversource is saying they're gonna get here by around the 10th or later to get the safety up on the service line so that no one gets hurt. I delivered the snow guards and the adhesive and the etching cleaner so that he can put the snow guards up over the side door roof. So what I want to do is have you look at at least the next project, which is removing all of the old deck boards, the pressure treated deck boards, installing new 2x6s for the entire bridge that goes over the dam. Installing a 2x4 handrail on the outside of the railing so the DPW workers have something to hold on to when they're tiptoeing out on the cement to get out onto the to the sluway to adjust the boards, and then stain the whole thing with a stain that we'll use elsewhere in the village too, possibly painting the Muddy Beach pump house and the stairway deck entrance to the office, and maybe the bench.
that bench, yeah.
The bench should match it. So what we're looking to at least approve is $400 of labor and $750 in materials, including the screws and the stain and the pressure treated. So we could discuss what budget this comes out of. We're looking at what, $1,150?
$1,150 for that. This come out of recreation?
Yep.
Of which we've only expended for the porta potties, I think.
Correct.
What did we budget 5,000, 7,000? I'm trying to remember, somewhere in that range.
So are you only talking about the portion of what's gonna be painted?
No, I'm talking about approving $400 in labor and $750 in materials to do everything with that
The bridge.
deck bridge. The
Okay, the bridge.
Dam bridge.
And the office,
Not yet.
not yet?
I want do you want me to bring up, I found a copy of the, proposed budget spreadsheet that we reviewed at the end of July. I don't know if there's a more recent one. We need to do that this month sometime.
Yeah, cause we're in September, so, but
If you wanna see
my
what the
memory
budget-
may be incorrect, but I thought somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 is what we budgeted for the recreation line item expense.
dead air time, so you probably do wanna sing something from the '70s while I
Feelings.
I thought you said no.
Well, we've gotten desperate.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Okay.
Luckily,
Thank
I
God.
stopped him. Okay, so under Parks and Recreation,
Yes,
the 2025 budget on this spreadsheet is $8,000.
Oh, I was wrong, I was wrong.
At the end of July, we had spent $1,970, so there's $6,030 left in there at the end of July.
Right. But the
That has
part-
no porta potty charges being paid out of that yet.
Aren't they,
Well,
what,
they
wait,
have- they have-
we started, the porta potties
they
came
have
in right in beginning of June.
Right, but we pay monthly for them.
Yep.
So there are other payments that are against this, I'm assuming
Coming,
for
correct.
August
Okay,
and September coming up.
Right,
Yeah.
But the thing is that there's still, we're talking about committing $1150 out of this for the
right, it's
dam.
$550 a pop per month for the porta potties.
And there's 6,000,
performance.
we're looking at, so if we took the 6,000 that was there at the end of this July, which is this report, and we subtracted a couple of porta potty payments.
Right,
About 2,300. For every, but when we finish it all, by the time.
Alright, so I'll take 2,300 out of this, so that gets me
Yeah.
down to $3,700.
Ooh, hey, that covers this. Every
Easily covers the 1150.
yep,
That's what we wanna know.
Yeah,
yep.
So any further discussion on this? Just approving this for 1150.
no,
I don't know if I made a motion.
no,
no,
We'll
you
make a motion that we approve $1,150 to Klein Property Services for
deck board,
changing deck boards, putting a hand railing outside the existing rail, and applying a coat of stain.
correct.
Second,
Aye,
How do you vote, Nancy?
aye,
3-0 on approving 1150. Now,
Mm-hmm,
the next thing on his list would be to go and use that same color stain on the Muddy Beach Pump House.
right,
So I'll make a motion to discuss and approve having Klein Property Services stain the Muddy Beach Pump House for $400.
second,
Discussion.
and where's that coming out of?
That would come out of the water system.
yep.
What line item in the water system? Because they're, unless you're talking
Isn't
about
it a
a
split budget
general,
on government buildings?
there should be,
General government, buildings and grounds is 8,000 also, of which the water is contributing $2,200. So it's building and grounds.
we're looking at a total of, I don't know, my reading
Under the
glasses,
water
650? What are those two, 400 and, there's labor
Yes,
at 400 and.
the stain itself is $250.
250,
Right.
so, okay, 650,
650, yes.
okay, 650.
Did I say 400 in my
You did,
motion? Okay,
yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's why I was
650.
clarifying that.
Yep.
And this is just for the exterior, right? The
Yes.
exterior of the Muddy Beach Pump House.
Yep.
yeah,
You vote yes?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
3-0 on
Thank you.
that for 650. Replace bulletin board doors with new plexiglass on the right side,
Okay,
built slightly different to keep the doors fully closed.
yeah,
And that's just labor, and he's got materials, so that's $200 total.
okay,
And that would be coming out of general government, buildings and grounds,
operations, yeah.
Yes.
and the operations side.
And this is just the bulletin board at the office.
No.
No,
No.
this is at Hotwell.
Oh, this is Hotwell, okay,
Yeah.
Hotwell.
So I'll make that a motion.
Yeah.
That we expend $200 for the bulletin board.
Yep,
At Hotwell, aye.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion on that? How do you vote?
Aye.
3-0 on that. Stain entry steps to office. He only has labor on that. Or he's got materials too, sorry.
mm,
And that's a total of $300.
so this is just for the stairs,
Yeah, so what we'll do is vote this and see how to do this, to ask him if, what would be the additional cost in labor to do the bench?
yeah, so are they taking the paint, old paint off, are they like, or are they just?
He would brush it
painting?
and then,
Yeah,
then
right,
put a coat.
yeah,
Prep it for new paint or stain.
So I'll make a motion that we approve a budget of $300 to stain the entry steps to the office building.
Second.
Any discussion on that?
and that's the same general government?
General government buildings,
Yep.
yes?
Yep.
How do you vote?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 on that. Now, the steps behind DPW 1 to come in through the back door,
Oh,
Yes.
no step,
those are two loose things
Yes,
that,
yes.
so
Oh,
he's
they're
got,
terrible.
It's a trip hazard.
so he's saying for $100 he'll make that all better, but we can get further detail on that, but
No brainer.
do that one. I'll make a motion that we approve fixing the back steps to the garage for $100.
Second,
Isn't that 200? I'm looking at the numbers.
I see 100 for material and
Well,
then
he needs,
labor. But-
it doesn't line up. I can't follow across.
Because it says put garage steps.
He's gonna use concrete anchor bolts and screws,
Yes.
but do I see a number for that?
Yeah, that's at the 100. And
I have to draw lines for it.
yeah, I'm looking for that which line that 200 for put the garage steps back in place.
Yeah, it says labor, garage back steps in place.
yeah.
Right.
It's
That's
200.
200, okay.
So it's 200.
It doesn't exactly line up.
But above
Right.
that, that's material. The material is
100,
100.
entry steps. So the whole bill is 300 for the back.
okay.
Back
So my
step.
motion's
Yeah.
for 300 then.
300.
I'm blind and I'm reading this. Come on, guys.
Alright, so $300 to fix the steps.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
3-0 on the steps. Now, I'm gonna hold off on sealing the roof because I think trees need to, 1 inch and 2 inch trees that have grown up around that roof need to be cut back. That whole area needs to be cut back around
Yeah,
that
clearing all the way
Yeah.
around the
building.
back
Growing
of
up in
the.
front of it before we send him in there to try to get up on that. It's gonna be easy to get up on the roof because you walk around to the back and the
And it's
tank. You'd
yes.
step up without even a step ladder. But the trees are, I think we have to get them out of there before we send
What
them.
location are you talking about
Summit.
now?
Summit.
Thank you.
Summit Pump House.
Yeah,
So we'll hold off on the summit until
okay,
Yep.
we get a better plan for that. But this is enough to keep him going.
Going for a little while.
Yeah.
And as bad as we need
And
rain,
then as-
we just guaranteed it's gonna start to rain
Yes,
No.
yes, cause we're gonna start painting.
Because we have a plan that we need no rain
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and you
It's
can't paint
inevitable.
while it's raining, so, yep.
So we just reverse.
It's not gonna happen, that's not gonna happen.
Does he
But, wait a
need
minute,
word from us to
But
You know,
did we need,
go ahead and start work?
I will let him know,
Okay,
and I'll copy you guys on.
alrighty.
but we also need an additional quote from him for the bench, right?
Yes.
True.
Yes,
Okay, so let's make sure.
And we'll get that, in time for Tuesday. He's gonna do I had an order for these,
Okay.
to start with the snow guards and
Right.
then go, the bridge was next on and he put it in the order that I gave him. So, we have time to straighten out the bench as
Sure.
part of the
Yeah,
yeah,
deck
yeah.
agreement. Okay. Next under administrator's report is Class 6 road waiver form. I didn't follow this at all. Somebody found their own form?
we had a form, apparently.
Did it not match the town of Madison though? This is the
It
one
is a
that
different form from Madison's.
that Bob Boyd wrote us about? This is the issue?
Correct, because Bob Boyd already was under the impression that we had a form,
We do.
and lo and behold, we do.
Okay.
So we need to start using it again,
It made perfect sense the way he explained it.
completely.
Okay,
Yes.
but-
Yeah.
What
but the-
form was submitted that was neither the town
That-
of Madison's nor the Eidelweiss one that
No,
you found?
it was the one that Madison uses, however, he brought it to our attention because technically what happens is us as the village district of Eidelweiss provides this form to an applicant for a driveway so they can complete that, for
Well,
our
the
records
intent
and
is
for
they
Madison.
understand fully that they're responsible for the maintenance of the road.
Yes, but
And that, let's say they don't do that and they have an emergency vehicle tries to
Right.
get down there to rescue them and they can't
Right.
hold us
So
liable.
this gentleman presented to obtain his building permit, and was required to have this form, so they provided the form for him, advising him that this is a requirement that you're gonna need, you're a class 6.
Okay, so
and-
my question would
So
be.
we need to get him our form,
Not
So-
in this instance, but moving forward, we need to
Yeah.
start utilizing the
He
form
has to
that
sign
we
it and
have.
we have to sign it, so
And it
everybody
has to be
knows.
notarized.
Right, okay, that too, but I guess what I'm concerned about, I'm sure our form is perfectly fine, but we probably should bounce it against the Madison form to make sure that.
It
It
is
is
the
the
Madison
form.
form,
It is, it's
where
just-
everything that says the town of Madison
Yep.
has been changed to the village district
Okay,
of Eidelweiss.
so otherwise the wording's identical, so we're,
It's the same form.
I-
And
okay.
it
Except
requires
one
commissioner
says
signatures.
Commissioners to sign, the other says selectmen to sign.
Okay, I
But
just-
yes, it's the exact,
right,
it is that form.
I just wanna make sure that, you know, all the contingencies were covered every which
Yes.
way.
Yes,
I'm
and
try-
so Nancy's taking it further in our, pursuit to update the driveway ordinance. It must be part of the ordinance.
Yeah, sounds like a,
Yeah, cause
No
right now
brainers.
it makes comments about, on any road, but it doesn't specifically mention the road waiver for class 6
Class 6
roads.
Right.
So I'm gonna be adding that.
okay, so,
so this isn't a real issue, so I think we should limit any further discussion to 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay,
alright, it's a no-brainer, let's just do it.
alright.
And this will really be the first test case, is Riggy Road, sorry, I know we're still talking about it, but we know of one other potential property which, okay, that's
And
it.
the law has changed where prior to the libertarians voting to do away with it, you would have to have the building permit approved by the planning board to build on a class 6 road anywhere in New Hampshire. And that just changed, where now all you have to do is get this form notarized and recorded at Carroll County Registry of Deeds, and all New Hampshire towns there have to give you the building permit. They don't get to say, this is premature development on a class 6 road, we're not allowing it.
Right.
You can't do that anymore.
Okay, we're still within our 20 minutes here, so just to bring it up, that's for the Riggy Road, but we all know that there's a near completed property at the intersection of Eidelbowden and Bristenstock Class 6, which we're gonna have to get the same form to the owner of that house. Don't
He
think
had
we
to, AJ had
Where?
to have signed one already.
He would have already done one.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah,
It happened before our, but he shouldn't have got a building permit
he would,
without,
yeah, he wouldn't have gotten a building permit
Yeah, they
without
wouldn't
one,
have allowed it, Madison.
and that was prior.
prior to
Well,
us.
Yeah, I don't know if Madison actually sends anything to the planning board in these cases.
Yeah,
We'll find out that.
But Bob Boyd is alerting us on this Riggy Road property. Did AJ sign one, the Eidelweiss form?
Yes,
Okay, all right.
He had to have.
Well, I don't wanna assume anything.
Well, look, we can't talk about it because we don't know.
Okay,
We don't know.
okay, well, just remember who was in charge then.
So, that takes care of Class 6
B,
road
yeah.
farm and
Yeah.
the water hookup on Riggy Drive, Class 6 Riggy Drive.
Yep. I also sent it to you via email.
Yep.
Yeah. Providing the engineer.
Right, the engineer said it would work from a pressure,
yep.
Yep.
Yep, the pressure will be okay.
cause he's downstream of that PRV pit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make a motion that we discuss and approve this application for a water hookup on 17 Riggy Drive.
Second,
And is there any discussion to be had? Or do we just?
no, the engineer
Yeah,
gave it its okay and,
if he gave a
That's-
seal of approval, I'm okay with it.
Is there a place for us to sign on this?
No,
Okay. So how do you vote on approving this?
aye,
Aye,
3-0.
thank you.
At 10:17, we move to old business tabled items. And I see nothing on this agenda. We go to signature items, the highway and parking ordinance. It's been 5 days since the
yep,
overwhelming hearing.
Yep.
yes,
So we voted to sign this, but we waited the 5 days, so we don't need a motion, we just sign it.
We'll
Or you
make
want another
a
motion
motion
to
to sign it,
I'll make a motion that we sign this updated ordinance.
second,
And this is the highway and parking ordinance.
yes,
How do you vote?
aye,
aye.
3-0.
And speaking of which, some of the entrances still don't have those new signs. Did we get those new big signs in yet, or we're still waiting on those? Saying the 13-ton versus the 10-ton, like Eidelweiss doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
oh, I
we
don't
got
think
those.
those are in yet.
No, I gave,
The 10 ton?
Yeah.
Oh, the 13 ton, excuse me?
Yeah.
yeah, I gave them to the highway department.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
they just still need to be put up, okay.
The sign on the entrance to the service road is already up.
Good,
Okay.
Let me double check whether they got the signs or not.
Yeah, I keep
13
looking
ton
for it at
signs.
the entrance of Eidelweiss on 113, and the old 10 is still there.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
On that subject, that sign company has another 50%
Yep.
sale on aluminum signs.
They love
And,
you.
huh?
They love you.
Seeing, otherwise it's doing dribs and drabs, but the sales are happening, see
Yeah.
how fast they happen here. Como does not have a sign on its western end, and on its eastern end, it has a original Eidelweiss wooden sign that is unreadable. So I'll make a motion that we order 2 white Como signs, with this 50% off sale.
second,
Are these like road signs, like?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
street signs.
Yeah,
Aye,
Any discussion?
aye.
Any other signs you want on there?
that, I thought we
Bergdorf.
had a list, yeah.
Bergdorf.
yeah, there's no sign that, says Bergdorf,
The old wooden one is up there, you mean on Aspen? Aspen turning onto Bergdorf?
yes,
Yeah,
Right,
There
There's
is
one
no-
there.
the old wooden one.
it's
yeah,
not readable,
yeah, those are getting worn. There's a couple of them around that I've noticed that just, they're like faded and they kind of
One
blend
Bergdorf?
into
Yeah.
nature.
Just one.
Bergdorf?
Yeah, it
Two
couldn't hurt.
Como, 1 Bergdorf. So that's the motion, 2 Como, 1
Okay.
Bergdorf sign.
Sounds like an Arby's order.
Okay,
While we're on the subject of signs,
Oh.
well, let's do vote on this first. How do
yeah,
you vote on these 3 signs?
Aye,
Aye.
3-0.
okay.
Alicia was commenting that people still come down that road. We have dead end signs on either side
Yes.
of that.
Correct,
You really can't miss them. They're driving down that road because they want to drive down that road.
yeah,
it's habit.
mhm,
If they haven't been here recently,
yeah,
they just go right to
Right.
Grissom thinking that that's their way to get to Aspen.
They forget to
And
make a
it
left
no
on the
longer
pond
is right
stands
now.
or something, one of those, whatever the other road is.
People continue to be funny.
I
Yes.
love how she checked Google Maps and find that Google Maps even.
I think you were saying Apple Maps.
Apple
Something
Map,
Apple
yeah.
Maps.
Apple Maps,
Have it
okay, I
listed
checked
as-
Google.
Dead end.
Yeah,
Anyway, so moving on, we're now at 10:21 and
we're still on signature items.
Yep.
we're on permits for operation for 22 and 5 Grimsel.
Yes,
These are driveways, I take it.
yes, these are driveways.
And these are ready to go for?
Yep, we looked at them and
Yep.
these were the 2 that were ready to go for permits for operation.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we approve, or the rest of them, this is operations. I'll make a motion, we approve these driveways for operation.
Mm-hmm,
Needs a second.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
3-0. The next 3 are for construction.
well, the next 3, well, the next one, is a renewal for that,
So we should take these one by
42
one?
Yep,
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we discuss and approve for construction,
it's like a renewal of their permit for construction.
renewal 42 Burn 5 Simon.
Yep,
second.
So that's 2 properties.
no,
No,
That's one on the
Oh,
corner.
yes,
It's
that's
the
the
corner.
corner,
it
that's
may
the corner
become
lot.
Fox.
That's the corner lot.
That's
Yeah.
the one you've been talking to Linda
Yeah.
about
Yes.
changing the address of that home.
Okay, Nancy second, right?
So this is a
Yes.
renewal. And
Yeah,
we-
because they had.
the permit is a year old,
Yeah,
so it's up
Should
for
we do this
renewal.
if this is about to change? Where are we with the change?
Well, that's why we have both addresses listed.
I guess we could approve,
So we're covered which way?
We're-
Every which way?
correct.
Right, because realistically, it's,
if they wanted 2 driveway entrances, they could have it. So
right,
we'd really like them not to do the one in Burn.
correct.
Yeah, that's.
So it will be set up for the renewal for 5 Sarnen. Formerly 42,
Yeah, we've done
Burn.
this before. On the rigging.
So there's a
Right.
motion to discuss and approve. Did
Yes.
I get a second?
Yeah,
It
yes.
did.
They did. How do you vote?
aye,
Aye.
3-0. I'll go up and talk to Linda about this.
Okay,
It got too complex to be going back and forth in email. This needs
like what, yeah,
face-to-face discussions
Yeah.
with them and with Nancy. I mean, Linda.
Yep.
So you want to sign that one? Then next we have, I'll make a motion to
it's a letter. It's an expired
send a letter of expiration to
Yeah.
32 Upper Lakeview Drive.
Yeah, expiration of their permit for construction.
second,
Discussion on that. None, how do you vote?
aye,
Aye.
3-0, we'll sign this letter. And lastly is the permit for 26 Hotwell is expiring. The septic design expired on July 22nd, 25. So this is, doesn't say that this is a letter. What is?
It is a letter.
it is a
Okay.
letter and it's really asking whether or not they're interested in continuing, because there's been no action.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this letter.
Second,
All in favor?
Can I see that letter? I'm sorry.
Aye.
3-0?
aye,
3-0.
26 Hutwell Drive, thank you.
Did I stop the sign one?
Yeah, I'm trying to determine what this one was for again.
So this is one we haven't voted on yet then.
Yeah, well, you could use it as the, because you did talk about it, I just gave you the wrong letter,
So sign this.
so I took it back, yeah.
This is,
That was for 32 Upper,
Hotwell, 26 Hotwell.
26 Hotwell is on this one.
okay, hold
That's
on.
that vacant
Oh,
lot
yes.
that's really wet, right?
26 Hutwell, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I do have another letter here for 53 Burn. It's
yes,
about
that's
their
the negative grade.
53, is that?
Yeah, we looked at it last week.
It's the one it's a contractor?
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
Okay, no,
So this needs a motion to approve
Correct.
this letter, to go
Yeah.
to 53 Burn, the
Yeah.
owners of 53 Burn. Needs a second?
Second,
How do you vote?
aye.
That takes care of signature items.
Yep,
We move on to correspondence at 10:26.
Yep.
And the first one is going to be discussed in non-public session.
Yep.
The second one is a Grissom Road, and that was Alicia that
Yep.
she came in.
Discussed.
Which is
Yep.
pretty good.
yep.
And the third one is website support, a company called Civic Plus.
Yep.
And do you know whether they do .gov standard, to do websites to the .gov standard?
I assume they do, because they're doing other municipalities.
I looked to see if they specifically said that, and they
Yeah.
didn't.
No,
So I would be interested in finding somebody that we could have them bring our website up to the .gov standard, and then we already voted over a year ago that we would pursue getting the .gov
Yes,
suffix,
I see.
switching away from .org to
I
.gov.
gotcha.
So if you could,
Clarify that?
yeah, have them send an email back saying they definitely do or not the
Mhm.
.gov standard, then
Yeah.
we can go from there.
And if they do, are you interested in, doing a, kind of like a demo type thing?
Well, is there somebody who can come in and talk to us, or a
No, they
teleconference?
wouldn't come in, you would do it through.
Video conference?
Yeah,
Well, that's okay, just
Yeah.
like we had
Right.
the security
Yes,
individual
yes,
came in.
we would like to do
Yes.
that.
all right, beautiful.
yeah,
And also, if you could look at the budget and see where we would pay them, if you knew what they would be looking for, or do we know that yet?
We wouldn't know that yet,
Alright, so the video conference first, and
Yeah.
then getting an estimated
Yeah.
price, and then looking at a budget.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. So at least we'll be prepared for a budget for next year if we don't do it this year.
right.
correct.
But the website needs work anyway,
It
Yeah.
We
it
don't wanna
definitely
make it-
does.
overly complex here
No.
to manage, but we do wanna
Not
get
at
it
all.
to the .gov standard.
yes.
Okay. And now the 2024 audit at 10:29.
This is the draft.
Yep.
So here's that
So-
on a test service draft approval, that they're looking for signatures on.
I'll make a motion that we discuss and approve the non-attest service draft approval for the auditors. It says, by our signatures below, we acknowledge the receipt of the following information for the Village District of Eidelweiss for fiscal year December 31st, 2024. We're getting the audit for last year
Correct.
in September of 2025. They have conditioned us to accept that it takes this long to do a little village audit. It's 27 pages of,
Boilerplate.
and that's a nice word.
Yeah.
Second,
Any further discussion? How do you vote?
aye.
Aye.
We sign this. 3-0.
And
Yep.
yes, you take their template for the attorney,
Correct,
put it onto,
Letterhead.
VDOA letterhead,
yeah,
and send it to municipal, Mitchell Municipal Group.
so Mitchell. Did we do it with them last year?
No,
No, it was a different,
because we were still with the prior.
correct, and that, yeah.
Oh, no, that was over a year ago. So yeah, we did it with them last year.
All right, so it's the same, okay, so it's not Mitchell. Next year it'll be Mitchell?
No,
No,
Oh,
this
it
year
will
it's
be
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
it is
This
Mitchell.
one's
Ah,
Who's Mitchell?
They mention Mitchell Municipal
Laura.
Group.
Laura Spector,
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
law firm.
okay,
Law firm, okay.
so what will it be next year?
same.
The same.
Okay, gotcha, very good.
The same, and I know they made a reference to the prior
They did,
lawyer, but that's just a
Their mistake.
old thing that came out on,
They
you
didn't
know,
look
it's
at,
on their era,
they didn't look at the 2023 audit to see that the
Right,
firm.
to see that it was,
okay, so,
to see
but
that it was
that's
different.
the name and address that needs to appear on the letter,
Yes,
okay.
So I'll make a motion that we go into non-public session to discuss a legal issue.
What time
Second.
is it?
10:31.
10:31.
Roll call vote. How do you vote, Nancy?
aye.
How do you vote, Widow?
Aye.
And I vote yes also, so 3-0 on the roll call vote. Thank you, Asia.